So we have 3 mares that are getting really close to their foaling date. We're heading down to our pasture barn where we're keeping them for a few weeks to keep them off the grass. We're going to go check them over and see if they have any signs of being near and give them their immunizations. Becca had Ozark up in our main barn, and she decided just to jump on her bareback and ride her down to the pasture barn. One of the things we love about this breed is their gentleness. We also took little Minnie down there with us.
Come on. Hi, babe. Just a good girl.
Good job, Minnie.
Come on.
Oh. Come on, Minnie, come on. Let's go take care of her. We love all the puppies, but Minnie seems to be a little extra special.
Okay, so we're down here. We're gonna worm and give vaccines to all the brood mares. Zoiks ain't real crazy about getting caught all the time. And we might brush them out a little bit too, kind of get our assessment of when they're gonna start foaling. So this mare is looking the closest to me. She's got a little bit of an attitude right now, more than normal. So that might be a sign that she's getting cranky. Her bag is full. I didn't really see any waxy coating on the udder, but maybe a little bit of a point right there. And her butt is a little bit jiggly. And that looks a little bit loose. Yeah, it's pretty loose in there. She might be a day or 2 off instead of 2 or 3 weeks off, but then again, we always think that and they always fool you. Waiting on babies is the hardest thing to do on a farm because you get to anticipating it and you're like, oh, it's gonna be any day. A month later, you're like, it's still gonna be any day. But sometimes you go out in the morning and you got a surprise too, so you just never can tell.
Okay, and this is Chablis too.
Yeah. Ooh, that stuff tastes horrible. Just wormed myself a little bit, everybody.
Lots of big old fat worms come out of them. You. Good girl.
We're using a 4-way immunization which covers Eastern, Western, and rhinovirus and tetanus. We like to give this shot a few weeks out from foaling so that it passes through the mother's colostrum to the foal.
And this is the mare with the big old hole in her forehead.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
It's pretty deep.
We don't
But
really
at
know.
one point she had knocked this whole scalp. Yeah, she knocked this whole forelock off and everything. She's tore her shoulder up.
So that happened. She had that when we got her.
She had another big cut on her back hock she had when we got her. She's just a high energy horse and she hurts herself because of it. Now we've got her bred to a super gentle stallion. So we're expecting the baby to be gentler than her. But she's also very showy and classy the way she carries herself and shakes. Just beautiful picture the way she's ridden and when she was shown. She just is not a great family horse.
Zoik's mane was a mess. It was just all tangled and knotted. So we spent Becca spent 30 minutes or so getting her mane brushed out and all the knots out.
Sometimes the gut health has something to do with how much their manes twist up, and that's part of the reason. She's on a good worming regimen, but we're going to worm her again today and see if it helps any and try to get some of the dirt curried off of her. Shedding is a good sign that they're healthy. They're slicking up quick for the spring, so not holding on to their long hair, that's a good sign of health. This area is a pretty wet area, so we have a lot of problems with lice in the springtime, early springtime. All the cattle, sheep, and horses tend to get lice. So we have a product called Ultra Boss that we put on them. We've been looking it up and it says it's safe for brood mares, so we're gonna go ahead and put that on them today.
Okay, we almost got it done. Just a little more, huh? Hooray, Zoiks. That was a mess.
Okay, so Zoiks, her tailbone is sticking up quite a bit compared to what it was, but she's not as loose as the other horse, I don't think. See if she'll let me look back there without getting kicked. Yeah, that's tight compared to the other horse. And no bag. Of course, she's a maiden mare, and the other mare has had a foal before, which makes a little bit of a difference.
And Soix bred like a week before Chablis did too.
Someone made a comment not to force them to take their medicine on YouTube today. And that is impossible, people. It's important that they get the medicine and that they swallow it. And it's not about what they want, it's about what's best for them. So you just got to give them their medicine if that's what they need.
And really quick, because we have the sheep in here with these horses, so the question might arise. But horses and sheep and cattle, they do not transmit parasites from one to another. So, for example, like lice, the parasites and bugs that each animal carries is species specific.
April's down here in the field too, and she is dirty. I just let you out. You were clean as could be this morning.
Almost done.
Rolling in the mud, huh? Pretty girl.
Okay, next is Ozark. Check up under there. She's starting to form a little bag. Nothing major. No looseness yet. She's still a month or so off.
Ozark's way down here and Jared's way up here, so it's hard to videotape them both. Good job.
Now we're gonna put the Ultra Boss on them. So the dosage for a full-size horse would be just under 30, because they're just barely 1,000-pound horses.
And we weren't sure if we should put this on the pregnant mares, but we called the vet and he said it was fine.
Okay.
Okay, so Soix, her due date is first. Chablis is a week after due dates, and then Ozark is probably about 4 weeks from those two.
Just because I know people will ask, a mare that's a month out like this, absolutely no harm in Becca riding it bareback. Little bit of exercise, if she wanted to ride her 10 or 20 minutes every day just at a walk like that, no problems at all. They old farmers used to work their horses up till the day they had their baby, then maybe give them a week or two off. But nowadays we like to give them 6 weeks off after having a baby. But I don't mind riding them right up until that foal starts to transition and move in the uterus and start to turn head down. That's when I stop, exercising them or working them.
Okay, are you ready to go back to mommy, Minnie? Starting to thunder, huh? It's gonna rain. Oh, who's a good girl down here?
We're pretty excited to see these 3 foals out of our stallion Bob. We'll keep everybody posted and get videos out as fast as we can once the foals start arriving. Don't forget to give Chablis, Ozark, and Soix a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss when the foals start arriving.